with our European journey kickstarting off this week on Thursday against Real Sociedad at Old Trafford. Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to name his squad and submit it to UEFA as far as his players are concerned. Which players have been named, you're going to be knowing all that, and I'm going to really include some good quotes about Erik ten Hag talking about the combination of Diogo Dalot and Antony in the game of Arsenal, because they really look like they've been playing together. The cohesion, the understanding, the rhythm you get between those two players was really immense and out of this world. But Ten Hag has come out and really told us that, oh, you saw it that way, but obviously I have my own saying why it happened like that in here onto United Matters channel. And lastly, I'm going to show you the letter of James Garner that has put up onto his Instagram saying bye-bye to Manchester United and appreciating all the people that saw him become what he was at Manchester United. So welcome to United Matters channel, second video of the day. We started late, but I can guarantee you aren't going to miss out on anything that is coming out of Manchester United. Latest news and information as far as this team is concerned. And remember, last video is coming up in the next 2 hours. We are bringing you how United took part in the recovery training after beating a side which goes by the name of Arsenal. I know most of you can't wait to see how those players arrived, how they really took place in the training with Manchester United, because here on this channel, that's what we are all about. Strictly Manchester United. That's it. So let's get into this and see what has been happening in Manchester today. Obviously, Samuel Lucas of the Manchester Evening News and the United website went ahead to confirm to us that the following players are the ones that Erik ten Hag has chosen to take to the UEFA Europa League list in the. Remember, we're in the UEFA Europa League because we finished sixth into the Premier League, and obviously they take two teams from the Premier League. So as we speak now, United is playing into the UEFA Europa League, and we are playing our first game at Old Trafford against Real Sociedad on Thursday. So better know that on Wednesday we are having an Erik ten Hag press conference about this game of football. Expect lots of changes being made by the manager, and we'll see what is going to happen in there. So goalkeepers, David De Gea, Tom Heaton and Dubravka. To me, I really believe that in the UEFA Europa League, it's going to be either Tom Heaton or Dubravka competing for this session or this position, because David De Gea is always going to be rested. I know the only way that Erik ten Hag will really bring in David De Gea is when we're in the quarterfinals, semi-finals or finales of the UEFA Europa League, because I really believe that we are going to go far into this competition. I know we are going to get out of the group stages, then round of 32, then round of 16. Then after round of 16, we go to what we call the round of 8. That is the quarterfinal, semi-final, and obviously the final. To me, I really fancy Erik ten Hag to go ahead and really win a trophy in his first season, and this UEFA Europa League would be a very big statement, because at least we are going to be facing some giants of Europe. Reason being, teams that are playing the Champions League, the third place team in the group after the group stages is promoted to the UEFA Europa League, and teams that have been really doing well and leading the group don't have a chance to face them. So that is what is happening down there in the UEFA Europa League. But David De Gea, I don't expect him to be part of this team. It's always going to be Tom Heaton and Dubravka taking part into this. Dubravka, you might not be knowing him. He was signed by Erik ten Hag on loan from Newcastle, and I just can't wait to see his ball playing qualities. That's what I'm really waiting to see, whether he's really a good ball player. Now we go to the defenders. Diogo Dalot and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, those are playing the right back. Central defenders, Varane, Martinez, Maguire, Lindelof, Tuanzebe, and left backs, Malacia and Luke Shaw. Obviously, to me, I really believe that's going to be Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing most of the games, especially in the group stages. Then Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, and Tuanzebe will share that central defense carrier, or that central defense task, to see to it that they don't really collide in there for you and complain for playing time in there for you, because Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane are really doing great. And I really believe that I can't see Tuanzebe get. If Tuanzebe really gets back, I'm really okay with him. You see, their blessing in disguise is that I've been really into these teams of United that Most of you can't even tell. When you look at a man who goes by Tuanzebe, injured, never had time to impress the manager, and he's staying at United, and obviously they've registered him. To me, I think the manager has seen something special about him. That's why he has dropped Phil Jones and said, all right, let me go with Tuanzebe, because Tuanzebe has some good pace on him. He's a good defender, solid, and to me, he's good on the ball. He's good on the ball, and maybe Erik ten Hag has seen something special out of him. I can't wait to see Tuanzebe coming through. Maybe he can revive his season at Manchester United. If Scott McTominay can get improved really, how can't Tuanzebe, a player who I believe is more talented than Scott McTominay, can't really do that? You get? So I can't wait to see that happen for Tuanzebe. Then Malacia and Luke Shaw. Obviously, it's going to be Luke Shaw playing into the UEFA Europa League and Malacia Premier League, because we are going to be playing 2 games per week, and we played on Sunday. If you include some players to play on Thursday, obviously you're really making them tired. And Real Sociedad is a big team, but I believe that our B side can go ahead and beat Real Sociedad, according to me. Maybe you don't believe it, but for me, I really believe that we can beat them. Those are the defenders and how Ten Hag has submitted them. Phil Jones and Brandon Williams have not been submitted or included into this. So let's get to Casemiro, midfield, Scott McTominay, Freddie Eriksson, Danny Van Beek, and Bruno Fernandes. For starters, I know it's going to be Casemiro, Freddie, and Donny Van Beek in the midfield 3. Fernandes, Scott McTominay, and Eriksson are going to be rested. They might make it to the bench and come in and play some 20-15 minutes, but to me, I really believe that it's going to be Casemiro, Freddie, and Danny Van Beek. And it's really going to be a competition that whenever we are playing in the Premier League, and the player doesn't really get a chance to be playing into the Premier League, he knows that on Thursday, I'm going to start. So this player will go out on Thursday and really put in an effort that is going to really tell the manager that, oh, this man is serious. I have to include him in the Premier League team, because whoever performs when they go for Europa League earns a chance or chances himself to be part of the contenders of the Premier League team. I think that is really going to be a very, very, very good boost for our squad. And that's why I've always told you that Ten Hag is one of the blessed managers. I've never seen a manager blessed like Erik ten Hag. I've never. You see, it was a blessing in disguise for Anton Martial to get an injury. And the first 2 games we played very bad, because he is the glue to that team. You get? He cements that team. With his hold-up play that no one else at United can do, obviously Anton Martial is something else. So Erik ten Hag performed poorly in his first 2 games. The team had to go in and really bring him Casemiro and Antony. Good addition to the club, widening his squad, and obviously he's doing great things right about now. Then when you look at the others, let's go to the forwards. Pelestri. If there is a player who I would like to see Ten Hag give a chance, it's Pelestri. There is a player in Pelestri, guys. There is a player in Pelestri. When you look at how he plays for his Uruguay national team, when you look at how he was playing for Alaves, he deserves a chance under Erik ten Hag. And I don't know when he's really going to get back fit, but when he gets back fit, I'd like to see him play under Erik ten Hag. To me, I'd like to see him play under Erik ten Hag. And he's one of those players that we're going to benefit into the UEFA Europa League. I was asking myself, who's going to play as a right winger? Oh, I said, oh, there is Pelestri. So that means you might see sometimes playing Pelestri, Garnacho, and Anthony Elanga, sometimes in the for you. But obviously, he is back, I think, and that's why he has been registered. He got an injury while playing Atletico Madrid down in Oslo. But it's a blessing, this guys, for him. If it wasn't that injury, they are going to loan him to Italy or La Liga. But he stays under the manager, Ten Hag, and if at all he looks sharp, he might really find himself playing for United, even in the Premier League, because Ten Hag is a manager who chooses a team according to how they perform in training. He bases on the training performances to pick his team. It's not your match performance, because all what you do in the match has to first be reflected into what we call the training sessions that he really carries out at Carrington. Then Antony, who scored on his debut against Arsenal. Then Marcus Rashford, obviously Sancho, Martial, Ronaldo, and Garnacho. I really believe that Ronaldo is starting this Thursday because the manager wants him fully fit We all know that the manager wants Ronaldo fully fit, and he wants to give him his first 90 minutes in the game of football in the For You. He played close to 32 minutes in the game of a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. So the manager feels like if at all I get him more 70 in the game of Real Sociedad, then in the game of Crystal Palace, I can play him more 30 or 40. And then in the next game of the UEFA Europa League, he can play some 90 minutes because the manager still wants to get Ronaldo fit. Because when you look at Ronaldo, he's not near anywhere where he was last season. Last season, he showed you that whenever he got the ball, he had the energy, has the pace, everything. But right now, he looks sloppy. And he needs to really get back to his full fitness. And the manager said that is not going to come in just one day. It needs some time because he missed out on the preseason. That's what the manager really told the media yesterday after United beat Arsenal at Old Trafford. So, the likes of Pelestri, Garnacho, Ronaldo, I think they will start. The likes of Antony, Rashford, Martial, Sancho might make the bench in the UEFA Europa League games because the manager sees them as paramount players or pivotal players in the Premier League. So, that is the squad that has been submitted by the manager. But obviously, there is what we call a list B. The list B includes, that list B is always submitted in on that day of the match. You get? All towards like 1 day to the match. And that B list contains or involves players that have always been in the academy. One would have asked, where is Dan Iqbal? So, the Iqbals, Charlie Savage, Shora Shoretire, which other player? Those, they'll be included in the B list each and every time we're going to play this game of football as United plays the side which goes by the names of Real Sociedad and very many others. But as things stand now, obviously, the squad is there. Your reactions to it are welcome into the comment section below. Rokan David is my name, and let's get into this story because that is done and dusted. Allow me bring you this other story that Ten Hag has gone ahead to break in here for you. It's a secret that we never knew. Everyone was asking himself, why is Diego Dalot and Antony looking like they've been playing together for so long? Ten Hag has told us the secret. He has told us that it's Antony's first time on the team, although he and Dalot sat together before the game to talk about their collaboration. So, they trained on Friday and Saturday. They trained together for those days. But we believe that even on Wednesday, he was in training. That's it. But on Thursday, he trained singly because the players were traveling to Leicester City. So, before the game, they had a chat together. That is Diego Dalot and the player who goes by the names of Antony. And that's why you saw that their communication was really immense. And Antony brings something to United that other players like Sancho should know, Rashford, Anthony Elanga, that going forward as a right winger or left winger doesn't make you a good attacking forward or wide forward. What makes you better is combining the two. Tracking back to help the fullback and going forward. If you combine those two, then you can be a very good right back and you can come in and really play very well in the game of a team which goes by the names of Manchester United that is managed by Erik Ten Hag. That's what Ten Hag wants. And you saw Antony, how he did it into those 58 minutes, was on the field of play against the team which goes by the names of Arsenal. Then the manager went ahead to let us know that they filled it out well. The advantage is that they both speak Portuguese, so communication is good in that regard. From this point on, he has to get stronger and he will be, because he has the potential. The manager has a lot of belief in this man who goes by the name of Antony. Even me, I really believe in Antony. I told you even before he signed that some people were really speculating that he cannot really be successful. A lot of pressure is going to be on him. Guys, a player who is bought by his former manager and bought in the team that he has seen where this player is going to play, obviously can't flop. the other atmosphere for at Manchester United is a Brazilian atmosphere. He easily feels at home with Casemiro and Antony. You get Ronaldo. Those Portuguese and Brazilians speak the same language. You know their history, that Portugal was that side and they did colonize them even. You get? So Spanish players, Portuguese and South American players really try to have some things in common. So when you see him with Dalot, Freddy, Casemiro, so he's already feeling at home. There is Lisandro Martinez, whom he was playing with at Ajax the previous season. So let no one lie to you. Let no one lie to you. Let no one lie to you about this. And the manager's going, sure, the boy has the potential. And to me, I told you that I'm sure he's going to hit the ground running. And obviously, he hit the ground running. Isn't it, guys? He hit the ground running. And all of us, we are so much amazed of how he really played on his debut. That is a man who goes by names of Antony, and the manager showed us the secret as to why him and the man who goes by names of Diego Dalot look like they've been playing together for a very long time. And the manager showed us that these two sat down together and they really discussed on how they're really going to play together. Then James Garner, you know, he was sold to Everton, £9 million plus £6 million of add-ons. Desperate sell by United. You get? And we've been told by James Garner via his Instagram that impossible to sum up 14 years of my life in one post. I arrived at the cliff at 7 years old and leave Carrington as a man. I've made friends for life and have memories that will last forever. To represent this club in the Premier League and in the Europe was a dream come true. From the day that I arrived, so many people helped me, playing a major role in my development and enabling me to become the player that I am today. To all of my coaches, from Emond Malvi to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, from the kit men to security, from the physios to the canteen staff, and everyone in between, I want to thank you all for everything that you have done for me and my family. It's time for the next step in my career. Once a Red, always a Red. That is James Garner, one of the best academy prospects we've had that have gone on loan and impressed and come back and played at Manchester United. I don't have very many, you get, because most of the United players that have made it from the academy have not needed to go out on loan. They've just went straight into the Premier League team of United and they've played. Look at Mason Greenwood. Look at Marcus Rashford. Look at Scott McTominay. Which other player? But the others that have gone out on loan have failed to make it. Like to make it to the big team. James Garner was really one that really had a lot of respect and really a lot of hope for him. But obviously they decided to sell him. I thought it would have been a loan would have been better for United, but United thought that selling him at £9 million is better. But obviously this player is more than £9 million. He's more than £9 million, but they sold him off. And I really doubt the decision and how it was taken. If it's Ten Hag that took the decision, it might have based on the physicality of Ghana, and secondly, the two mushrooming midfielders, that is Charlie Savage and Zidane Iqbal. When you look at these two, obviously they're having better attributes than James Garner, and maybe Ten Hag looked in and said, all right, when you weigh in staying with James Garner, who is 21 years of age and really feels like he has had a very good season at Nottingham, promoted him to the Premiership. Nottingham wanted him and really delayed to send him to Nottingham, and we sent there Dean Henderson on loan. And because a club cannot loan two players to a single club, the decision was taken. So they sold him off because he knew that I can't get him first team football. You get? I don't want him to be loaned. I have two upcoming players, Zidane Iqbal and Charlie Savage. I think I have a lot to train and really make them better than James Garner. So that's what Ten Hag really said, and obviously the player was sold. That's what we are being told. I'm really getting this narrative from what we're being told, that Ten Hag weighed in and said he should be sold. But to me, I really believe that selling him is not a big deal, because the fact is, when you look at how Scott McTominay is playing nowadays, he has really caught us on surprise. He has caught us off guard. We thought that this guy was not going to make it in the Ten Hag team, but obviously he's one of those players that are really showing a lot of improvement, especially in the recent 4 games we've played against Liverpool, Southampton, Leicester and Arsenal. He's improving. Scott McTominay is doing some good forward passing, so it looks like he's undroppable. Let's wait and see. Zidane Iqbal, Charlie Savage, I'm keeping an eye on them under Erik ten Hag. He has a lot of belief in them. He believes that Zidane Iqbal is the best passer of the ball at Carrington. He's better than even Eriksson. That's what the manager is really saying. So he has a lot of hopes in him. I think he sacrificed Garner for Zidane Iqbal because he knows Zidane Iqbal, he won't be really groomed and won't get enough playing time in games because you'll always have to put in James Garner. So he really said, all right, in the UEFA Europa League games, Carabao Cup games, FA Cup games, maybe Zidane Iqbal might get a part to play into those games. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Second last video of the day. The last video is coming in through to show you what took place at the training sessions of United today as the players recovered from that 3-1 win over Arsenal. Your reactions are welcome to the comment section below. Rokan David is my name. United Matters on the YouTube channel. Guys, 8,000 subscribers. We hit that mark. Obviously, I want you guys to go back. Those that have not yet subscribed, continue to subscribe to this channel and let us grow, and let's chase 10,000 subscribers before the end of this month. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later, but remember, I'm coming back with the last video of the day. We started late, but I promised you I'm going to be here to get you all the news as you deserve it. You're not going to miss out on anything coming outside Manchester United today. I'm out.